Alrighty. Hello everybody, my name is Hanu Fejiro Agbodje. I'm the founder and CEO of Patricia, and I'm happy to be here at this summit to talk about Patricia, to talk about how far we've come, our plans for the Kenyan market, where we're headed, and it's been very interesting and very enlightening. The conversations have been top-notch, and I'm really, really excited to be here. So a little bit of background into Patricia. Patricia, we're a blockchain and crypto trading company based out of Nigeria. Today we are in a couple of countries around the world. We're in Nigeria, we're in South Africa, we are in China, out of Asia, we're in the UK, and we're also in the US. And now we are just breaking grounds in Kenya. We've been here for about 3-4 months already, and we're prepping up for a very big launch. We're really excited because there's so much potential in the space. This is my second time in Kenya, and I was here in 2019. Coming back in 2021, there has been so much growth. The country is ripe, literally, to say the least. Technology has grown. I was at a couple of hubs the other day, and I was really impressed with how far technology has grown in the country. And I think it's time for us to break new bounds and introduce Patricia and cryptocurrency into the Kenyan space. I've answered this question over 1 million times, and it never gets old, really. So the first reason I named it Patricia was because I wanted to be asked this question: why the name Patricia? So the backstory to this is why I started Patricia in the first place. Then we get to why I named it Patricia next. So this was 2015, and I got Bitcoin. So I had Bitcoin for a minute, and I was like, okay, I'm done with this technology. I'm not interested anymore. I want to sell it. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find any place to sell it. In Nigeria, in the entire Africa, there were a few international companies, but they were not accessible to Africans. So I ended up going on a very funny website or funny blog. I saw some guy online, and the guy ripped me off of my Bitcoin. And it really hurts, because if I had that Bitcoin now, it would be a whole different story entirely. So at that point, I realized that if I got ripped off, right, some other people somewhere will get ripped off too. And I said, okay, this might be something worth thinking about. And at the time, I had an idea journal where I write all my ideas down, no matter how random. I just put it down and develop it whenever I have free time. So Patricia was number 37 on that list. And at the time, I was in my granddad's house. I was in my room upstairs. My mom and my granddad, they have this love-hate relationship. You know, this kind of siblings rivalry, where they are always fighting, they're always at loggerheads. So this time, they were fighting downstairs. My mom's name is Patience, but my granddad never calls her Patience, ever. He calls her Patricia. And this time, they were fighting downstairs. Don't call me Patricia, call me Patience. And he was like, I will not call you Patience, I'll call you Patricia. They were going back and forth. I was in my room upstairs, like, I did 37, what do I call it? Okay, Patricia. And that was it. And we have Patricia today. So first things for us is Patricia is we plan to usher Africa into a digital age, right? And that means getting all the African countries aligned to this vision, right? It's a very broad and a very ambitious one, right? Because we have a lot of African countries who are not so developed right now. And this is our goal for Patricia. So right now we are in 3 countries out of the 50 plus, right? So for us, that's what numbers is, not necessarily transactional numbers, but how to penetrate into the African space, you know, because nobody is doing this for us, right? And we have to do it for ourselves. And I feel this is the only way we can begin to have a very strong fighting chance. This is the only way we can begin to have a real voice, you know. And I'm really particular with cryptocurrency and blockchain because it is the only technology in the world that is not bounded by geography. blockchain is not manufacturing. When you think about manufacturing, car manufacturing, you think Germany. When you think about technologies itself, you think about China, you think about America, Silicon Valley. But when you think about blockchain, nothing comes to mind. That can be Africa, because we can do it. And in the last couple of years, in the last 2-3 years, you'd see that Africa has already risen to on the list of top 10 countries in the world that have the most volume in blockchain and crypto transactions. You will see like 4 or 3 African countries on that list, and this happened with zero support, with zero government support, with zero regulation. Now imagine if we had the government support. Imagine if we had the government we had favorable regulations that do not stifle but enhance the growth of this technology. It's a no-brainer. In a couple of years, we will be the SI unit for cryptocurrency, and that is the ultimate goal. However, it's really a problem because we do not hold all the cards. We have to depend on third party. So when I say third party, I mean the government of Nigeria, the government of Kenya, to see reason with us, to understand the need for this, because it's only going to be a matter of time. It's either we are going to build the product or we are going to buy the product. So we have to decide which is going to be. Yeah. I think regulation is the secret to what will make us successful in this industry, and I'll tell you why. What is cancer? Cancer is unregulated growth. Basically, that's what cancer is. So what any industry, any space, any technology whatsoever that is not regulated will eventually become a pain. So regulation is needed for us to move forward. It puts us in check. It's basically a control measure, but it should be nothing more than a control measure. It should not stop it from moving forward, because we have only just scratched the surface of cryptocurrency, blockchain. This thing was founded in 2009, right? We have the banking industry that has been there for over 100 years, and they are still innovating. They are still bringing up new technologies, and it's still going. And this is just 9 years. Today, Bitcoin itself, not crypto now, just Bitcoin, is number 7, right, in the world's financial market cap. We have Apple as over 2 trillion. We have Amazon, and we have the likes. Bitcoin is 7 year a word now, 2019 now. That's about 12 years. It's number 7 in the world. Give it another 10 years. You see, it is already going there. It's a matter of, is Africa going to be a part of it? We get everything last in Africa. We get 5G last. We get COVID-19 vaccine last. We get Teslas last. We get everything last, right? But this is our opportunity to get this first, and we can get it right. We are already getting it right. It's clear. Yeah, these are my thoughts around it. So everything has a silver lining, and the silver lining of Corona is everyone stayed at home, and everybody needed to make transactions somewhat, right? So you see all digital companies go up, right? Whether it's food delivery, is regular banking, digital banks, right? Every single industry that is wholly digital saw and Amazon for one, they grew tremendously because everyone was ordering from their house. So Corona really helped cryptocurrency. You see now the world is moving to remote working, and you see Zoom now becoming $1 billion entity overnight. Zoom has been there for years, but yeah, so Corona did a wonderful job for it. Marketing has really been our strong foot, right? Because first of all, we have a very great CMO, Rotimi, is right here. He handles the marketing. He makes life easy for me. I can go to sleep and he does the most, right? But in our early days when we started, it was quite challenging because we were a very small team, right? And we were like 4 people. and we didn't know how to break through into new markets. And I think we basically started influencer marketing in Nigeria back then in 2017, where so it was a very simple logic. We saw influencers coming up, right? Musicians coming up, and they had like 100,000 views on their Instagram stories and Instagram posts. And I was like, if this guy talks about Patricia and he can get only 1% of his audience to download our app, that's all we need. So that's what we did. We went and we found all the popular people in Nigeria, right? We didn't even have money to pay them, so we were like, okay, let's talk about this. Just do this for us. We'll give you this now. In the next 2 months, we'll give you this, And it was a new industry, and nobody was doing it at the time, so they were really open to the idea. Now it's a big deal, but back then it was non-existent, and we did it, and we literally struck gold. We had over 2,000 people coming into our systems the next day after just one influencer ad, and that was the tipping point, And I have a saying: if something works, don't stop doing it. Keep on multiplying it. Keep on doing it until it stops to work. And that was what we did, and that's what we have been doing till now. However, it's saturated, and we have found like 1,000 other ways. We're way bigger now. We have Rotimi now, so life is easy. But yeah, that's how we started. Largely, we have millennials and Gen Z, who are the base of our customers today. However, we also have people in 60s, in their 50s, also using Patricia. And this is what I talk about when I talk about the beauty of blockchain, right? So we have people who have kids in America, in Canada, anywhere in the world, and they want to send money to their kids. All they need to do is come on our app and send their kids Bitcoin. Their kids use the local apps in their country to convert that Bitcoin to their local currency, and it's done. And it happens vice versa. You want to send money to your parents, you send them Bitcoin, and they use Patricia. They don't need to go to the bank, they don't need to sign any forms. It's as easy as ABC, and they can use it.